This keeps a lot of the dust and rain off the front of the plane. The rain comes in this way because, you know, we're only covered up right here. And then this helps to keep the dust off a little more and some of the bugs and rats and everything that are out here in the desert. This holds the tail straight so it doesn't get blown up. Those counterweights are right behind the front wheel, and those are there for the fact that to keep the balance in the plane so the center of gravity is right. Okay, I'm coming out to you. Storage purposes, these back elevator braces are taken off so I can get underneath those other wings. HL has created a nice little system that I can just reattach them fairly simply with a little pin, unattach them when I'm ready to put it away again. That helps to stabilize. You can see there's one on the bottom too, and the 4 wires keep this in the same plane without getting bent or anything like that. If you pull on the handle, you can see the handle back there. If you pull back, this makes the wing, the tail end go down, tail end down, and down by pushing it forward. Walk around. I'll do a little bit more thorough around the engine because I haven't flown in a month. And the plane has been covered, but there's been some weather and cold temperatures, things like that. And you look inside because this moves your ailerons, which makes you turn like this. So we look and see that all of those have their safety wires attached and the screws are in place, and none of these screws here to the framework is undone. Everything looks good there, and then we zip her back up again. The tires are a little low, but we filled them up before I left about a month ago. That should be okay. Caps on. Antenna for the radio. This is the intercom piece that I just bought. It's a new one. And the kind of the housing for this is a sewn thing that straps onto one of the things back there, and I think it's in the truck here. This is a new push-to-talk, which allows you to use the radio by just pushing this indicator here. It's a switch, and I just put it right on the stick because that's where my right hand is most all the time. And then this goes to right here. Okay. These little tie things, they get out here in the desert, they get dry. These little wire ties. I keep a bunch of those in stock. You gotta replace them all the time. They break. See, got a little thing on here. Wire ties, cable ties. This connects the radio to the intercom system, so that when I push to talk it is connected to the radio, it just disengages the intercom between the two pilots, and it allows me to talk directly to a tower or another airplane or something. What I'm doing is just feeling for anything that's inconsistent, and I do this a little bit too, just see if there's a bend or a break in the leading edge of the wing. And it's a dual thickness piece of aluminum that goes the length of the wing, and it attaches with cross sections. You can see some of them in the shadow. This is the keep little bugs out of my airspeed indicator, and you want that to be reading accurate, and all it does is reads the amount of air that comes through. It has a gauge on here that will display the change. Make sure these are tight here. Safety wires in there. That's attached. These are nice and tight, and it moves. About here. These are my strobes that operate off the battery, and during twilight flights, probably more likely that they would come into being, but they're on all the time, and so I like them. They're not necessary, they're not required, and especially if you're coming straight on, they're on either side of your wing, and it shows somebody how wide your wingspan is, or whether you're a bird or a plane or Superman. You can always test ailerons that they go in opposite directions. Test the bolts here that the tail is secured, not only on the top but on the bottom. Make sure all these bolts are connected. And if these are all connected, this is my elevator. I don't have that. I cannot land this plane. Make sure my stabilizer ring is in good shape. And I test these again right before I take off. I got plenty of oil for at least this trip. My exhaust is in good shape. No necessary, no great leaks anywhere. Let me check the propeller for any nicks. I've had that one for a while. I don't really worry about that one. We got a lot of rocks out here, but that's what I put that thing in there, and the one in the front by the front wheels to try to catch any rocks that come here, and maybe let them bounce up and hit the bottom there of the mesh, and then bound beyond this instead of getting hit up from the front wheel, and then they bounce up here before they hit that. Okay, I'm looking pretty good. Also, always check for any leaks in the radiator, and everything looks real good there, and it's nice and secure. And there's a fuel line that attaches to each one of the carburetors, so I want to make those little straps around there real good. This is the battery connection to the electronic starter if I can't get it started by hand, which might be a possibility after not being started for a month. What I'm doing here is kind of the first step of your pre-flight. Is you're looking at the symmetry of the plane, making sure that since you haven't been here for a month that somebody didn't drive their other plane into it or fly into it and bend something. And everything looks pretty good, you know. The wings are level with the stabilizer wing, and everything looks pretty good. The wheels are in good shape. Nothing that's coming out and telling me that there's a problem. I wear earplugs underneath my headphones because it's kind of double protection against the sound of the engine, especially at high RPMs. These two-stroke engines, they full throttle is about 6,600 RPM, for those of you who know anything about two-stroke engines. And we cruise around at about 5,800, so it's quite a bit more, almost twice as many RPMs as a four-stroke engine would cruise at. They cruise at about 25 to 26, something like that. And they're still going faster than I am. I'll put it up over my nose later. Even though it's not too cold out today, I'm going to wear my full jacket because I want to be comfortable. And I'm probably going to go up. Oh, we're at 2,000 foot elevation here, 2129. And if I go up 1,000 feet, I'll be 3,000 feet up from sea level, and during the middle of the winter that might be a little cold, but I don't plan on being much higher than that today. We're just going to do a couple of touch and goes maybe, and I'll go do a little kind of a little test over there on 2 Mile Hill with the camera and see that the camera is out of place. Oh man, it was really nice up there. A little up and down. I had a little thing that, like, I was running real low on RPMs. I just went whoop. It just took me right up about 40 feet, 40, 50 feet. I can feel it. You know, after not flying for a month, I feel like I never skipped a beat. There's just so much joy in flying that, you know, I don't know how many people, you know, ride their bike, don't ride it for a month and go, oh boy, I can't wait to get on my bicycle.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not the same thing.
Yeah, I don't think it's the same.
Yeah.